by this time is the senior man on scene, I believe. But he has a background in investigations. He was with the Savannah Police Department, I think, at one point, in their violent crimes unit, investigating homicide. So he knows his way around an investigation. He knows how to do these sort of things. He goes up to her armed with this information about the flock hits.
I said I'm not going to comment to you anymore. I'm doing this video about this.
He wants to know what these trips were about. So he goes up to her and he asks her, "Did you go anywhere last night?" And he's a savvy guy, so he's careful to tackle on, like where the kidnapper could have followed you home. And she seems to know, the evidence will show that she seems to know that he knows something about this trip to Azalea that she took and has not mentioned to this point. And so she comes up with a story. It's not totally clear when she came up with it. But the story is that, that trip that I took away from my house shortly after 1 a.m., that was to go pick up Oragel from a friend at the Chevron. Now the Chevron is right next to Azalea Mobile Home Plaza. They're kind of right next to each other. And so that's her story.
I didn't even read what you said because I said I was done with it. So I don't... Keep talking. Have fun.
This is what she was doing, driving to that location at that time. My tooth was bothering me. I didn't have any Oragel. I went to pick some up, got some from a friend. This is the first appearance of the Oragel story, which lasts for about a week.
This is also now the second story she told. I believe there's 4 or 5, but this is all now the second bullshit story she's told.
Maybe a week and a half.
Did y'all go anywhere last night or yesterday with that maybe he could have followed you or something? Y'all didn't go anywhere? No, just you made you yourself.
Thank you, Miller. Have a good night.
2 o'clock yesterday afternoon? No, like 1 o'clock. I couldn't go to sleep. Okay, so where'd you go? Right up the road right here, got Chevron. Got my friend that used to work with me. She had order because they didn't have any internal code at home. Okay. Did you go anywhere else? Have you made a call? So when did you get home? I can say exactly.
Like, there's no way, like, literally no way this girl can get out of this. Like, they've got so much evidence on her, and so many times that she's lied. Like, I don't see any way that she can get out of this. I just don't see any way.
All right, so that's the story about what I was doing when I'd read there. Now, I'll tell you this. She's trying to show them on her phone this trip on an app, Life 360. Life 360 kind of generally tracks your movements. You can join with your family, and they can see where you are and have been, and vice versa. You may be wondering, well, look, if this trip was so sinister in nature, why is she trying to show it to them on her phone? And you'll hear testimony that the reason that she was comfortable holding out her phone as corroboration for this trip to the Chevron is that, again, the Chevron and Azalea Mobile Home Plaza are right next to each other. And looking at the screen, you can't necessarily tell which one she's at. You can only tell that she's in the general area. So she believes that this kind of helps prove that I'm telling the truth about being at the Chevron. Now, the police would later pull very precise GPS data from the phone, like not just looking at the screen, but from the actual phone, that puts her not at the Chevron, but right at the dumpsters at Azalea, which are, I don't know, maybe 100 yards, 75 yards from the Chevron. But that's why she's holding the Life 360 out.